All right, today we are diving into a really powerful idea from MJ DeMarco's book, The Millionaire Fastlane. And it's just one single concept, but it's the kind of thing that could completely flip everything you've ever been taught about money right on its head.
Seriously, just think about that for a second. What if, from the day you were born, you were put on a team playing a financial game with rules you never even knew existed? This one idea, this question, is the absolute key to everything we're about to explore.
So what is this bombshell idea? Well, it's a secret that's been hiding in plain sight our whole lives. And just understanding it, really getting it, is the very first step to totally changing your financial destiny. So let's unpack it.
Okay, so from day one, society kind of sets a default path for us. It conditions us, through school, through the media, even our families, to play one very specific role in the economy. And the crazy part is, this programming starts way before we can even begin to question it.
DeMarco just puts it so perfectly here. We are, in his words, baptized to play for Team Consumer. Think about it. From our very first toys to the thing we bought online yesterday, our entire identity is shaped around wanting things, needing things, and buying things.
And this leads us to a really fundamental choice. It's like a fork in the road of the entire economy. It's the choice between just playing the game or actually owning the team. And it's a choice most of us never, ever realize we even had.
So on one side, you've got Team Consumer. This is where pretty much all of us live. It's the default setting, right? Our jobs, the ads we see, our entire culture is just designed to keep us in this loop of consumption. It's the easy path, the one that goes downhill.
But then, there's the other team, Team Producer. Now this is the minority for sure, and joining it requires a very conscious decision to go against the current. Instead of taking from the economy, producers actually add value to it. They create, they build, they solve problems, and this, right here, is where real wealth is made.
Just look at how this slide lays out the difference. It's a total role reversal. A consumer takes a job. A producer creates jobs. A consumer buys the product advertised on TV. A producer is the one selling it. It's about fundamentally switching which side of the whole transaction you're on.
Okay, so knowing the two teams exist is one thing, but how do you actually switch to the winning team? Well, it requires a completely new playbook, and that's exactly what we're going to get into right now.
This quote is really the core philosophy. So many people try to consume their way to feeling wealthy, right? They go into debt for a lifestyle they can't actually sustain. The producer mindset completely flips that script. You focus on creating massive value first, and then the ability to consume richly just becomes a natural result. It's not the goal itself.
And these examples, they illustrate that idea perfectly. It's all about seeing the business opportunity that's hiding behind every consumer act. During a gold rush, the people who consistently got rich weren't the ones digging for gold. They were the ones selling the shovels. That is pure, 100% producer thinking.
I mean, when it comes right down to it, it boils down to this fundamental equation. Wealth flows from the many, the consumers, and it flows right into the pockets of the few, the producers. To build wealth, you have to position yourself on the receiving end of that flow. It's that simple.
But here's the thing. Becoming a producer isn't just about, starting a business tomorrow. It's about retraining your brain. It is a fundamental shift in the lens through which you see the entire economic world. You literally have to learn to spot the opportunities that everybody else just walks right past.
So here are 3 actionable mental exercises you can start doing, like today. First, when you're in any business, Starbucks, whatever, don't just be a customer. Analyze it. Ask yourself, how does this actually work? What are the systems here? Second, actively look for problems. Complaints are absolute gold mines for producers because they point directly to unmet needs. And third, every single time you feel that urge to buy something, just stop and flip your perspective. Analyze the sale itself. This is how you start to build that producer muscle. Making this one shift from consumer to producer, it's so much more than a financial strategy. It's a profound change in your identity. It completely alters how you see opportunity, how you solve problems, and ultimately, what you believe is even possible for your life.
In this timeless quote from William James, it just perfectly captures the scale of this change. Switching from consumer to producer is a deep alteration of your attitude. And by changing your mind, you can truly fundamentally change your life's trajectory, not just your bank balance.
And so we end with a challenge. You now see the two teams. You have the beginnings of the playbook. So the only question left is the one that truly matters. What value will you create for the world? What problem will you be the one to solve? What will you produce first?